Hello, once again. Welcome back to Me with Margaret Taribo. This is a wonderful platform, and I'm glad for those of you that are watching, you're enjoying my discussions, my topics about motivation, educating, and engaging. Topics that impact on our families, our communities, the world we live in, and perchance you might be an organization, a partner, a professional out there. This might be for some of the families you are working with. So today we're going to look at another topic that I believe is important for every one of us. 2022 is slowly coming to an end, and today we want to look at deadlines for the rest of 2022. Now, some time ago on that's me, I asked how the journey in the year 2022 is going so far and got a lot of responses. One of them was, oh, the year is moving too fast. I wish I could slow it down. Well, we all know that it's not going to happen. So let's make the best of what we have, the time left to the end of this year, 2022. It's just like yesterday that the year started. We had big dreams, we had big goals, we had aspirations for ourselves, our jobs, our careers, our businesses and families. And if we are being honest, we may not have actualized all these dreams, not at all. So I'm also part of that. But this is not to make us feel bad. So I've come to that conclusion, I don't need to feel bad. It's just to take time to reflect and see, where have I gone wrong? What can or what should I do for the remaining days in 2022? I'll give you an example. I was speaking to someone very close to me about her driving test, and she admitted that she hadn't gotten around to completing it for one reason or the other. This got me thinking about how we can challenge ourselves by giving ourselves deadlines, especially to certain tasks or projects. We are all guilty of just saying, I'm going to do this, but we don't. And so things just go on and on and on. But here are a few tips. Have timelines and deadlines. Having our plans written down with timelines is a great way to achieve personal and professional goals. Seriously. This is usually a very effective way to help you complete tasks according to their importance, their priority. Being mindful of the fact that you have limited time and that there are multiple ways in which you can spend that time will be an incentive or impetus for you to prioritize the most important goals. Ask me about that. I've done that even today. It can help you focus on the tasks that are likely to produce the most favorable outcomes. Seriously. But if you just do anything and everything, it's going to be a bit of a problem. Your timeline should be realistic. When you're creating a deadline, you need to decide on the time that you give yourself to complete that certain task. This basically forces you to thoroughly consider all the steps that you need to take to complete the task. And how long does that take? It might be long, it might be short, but you can think about it. And having gone through that process, you are likely to have a much clearer view of your goals and what it takes to achieve them. So I planned so many things to do this week, and I've had to reprioritize and change things, but I still have to get things done. Don't give yourself too much room to maneuver. A tight deadline often requires creative solutions for completing the required tasks. People are genuinely more likely to be creative when the circumstances force them to. Like I said again, I have a good example of myself just for this week alone. The deadlines I've had to meet, I've had to be creative about getting them done. And I had to juice myself up creatively to do that. And then there's another point, you need to stick to the deadlines. Setting deadlines and sticking to them can help you avoid making promises you can't keep. Many of us are used to making promises and we don't keep them, and it makes us look so, not trustworthy. If you have a very clear task, it's easier to prioritize and eliminate time wasters or things that can wait. This is an important piece of information to have when deciding on whether you should take on an extra task or not. It also helps to achieve a balance between the high quality standard and the speedy decision-making process by not overthinking or over-analyzing. It's very important. If not, we'll be bogged down, we'll be stressed out. Then we need to move on to the next project. Setting deadlines is part of efficiency. It's part of your planning, and this is likely to increase the odds of you delivering the quality of work on time. Constantly setting and meeting deadlines on projects and tasks successfully will improve. It will actually help you improve your team's morale if you have a team like I do. So I need to make sure that I keep them motivated, keep their self-esteem, help them, be confident in what they're doing and how I'm working with them. So I've got to be creative. But it's definitely not working all the time. It's about moving that deadline if I have to. So I won't be afraid to move the deadline if I really have to. So if you believe the outcome will be better, then move it. Just because there's a deadline does not mean you cannot change it into a lifeline. And that's what we found out we've had to do. So we still have 75 days to the rest of the year. There is still a lot more that can be achieved in this last few days, few weeks, and few months of 2022. Whatever you have to do, do it now. Create deadlines and get it done. You'll be better off, you'll be happier if you can do that. See you next time on Me with Margaret Taribo.